When humanitarian aid is the cover for another agenda, things can quickly get out of hand. The flotilla that sailed for Gaza was sponsored by IHH, a Turkish group that a report by the Danish Institute of International Studies concludes mixes genuine humanitarian relief with aid and support to Al-Qaeda and Hamas. These facts were enough to convince Israel that there might be more than humanitarian aid and peace activists aboard the ships on their way to Gaza. But to play fair, Israel offered a way for the humanitarian aid to get through to the people of Gaza. Here's how it began.
Mavi Marmara, you are approaching an area of hostilities, which is under a naval blockade. The Gaza area, coastal region, and Gaza harbor are closed to all maritime traffic. The Israeli government supports delivery of humanitarian supplies to the civilian population in the Gaza Strip and invites you to enter the Ashdod port. Delivery of the supplies, in accordance with the authorities' regulations, will be through the formal land crossings and under your observation, after which you can return to your home ports aboard the vessels on which you arrived.
Negative. Our destination is Gaza.
With real concern that more than aid was on its way to Gaza, Israel intervened. The peace activists turned out to be well-armed Al-Qaeda mercenaries. Instead of a peaceful boarding, the terrorists clearly tried to kill as many Israeli soldiers as possible. The first man down the rope took the brunt of it. The next was also brutally attacked. At this point, no member of the IDF had used deadly force, but the situation on deck clearly turned the largest vessel in the flotilla into a ship of horrors.
וואי, זרקו שם לוחם. העיפו אותו. איפה?
קינמון, זעיר 4 נכנסים מהגרשוני להורדה.
וואי, הם מכלים אותם במכות.
קינמון קיבל.
את הלוחמים על הגג.
If the IDF had not stopped the savage beating clearly seen here, the soldier would have been killed. The soldiers fired to save lives. The IHH is affiliated with Hamas and the Union of the Good, an Islamic umbrella associated with the Muslim Brotherhood. The U.S. Treasury Department reports that the Union of the Good was created by Hamas leadership in order to facilitate the financial affairs of Hamas. So the hands that guided the flotilla to Gaza were not those of peace activists. They wanted as bloody a confrontation as they could create. How can a nation protect itself if it cannot interdict what one terrorist group sends to another? Especially since IHH had always mixed humanitarian aid and terrorist activities, Israel had no choice.